Today, let's take a look at the human condition from a distance. Why would God care so much that He sent Jesus to save us from our own follies? In defiance of God's commandments, we continue to distrust and hate our fellow human beings. When we are victims, too often we seek revenge rather than reconciliation. When we are winners, too often we boast when we should be praising God. When we make a mistake, too often we make the same mistake again. What have we done to deserve God's love is a difficult question. For God loved us before we were born, and we're commanded to love our neighbor in return. God's love is too precious to keep to ourselves. We have a story to tell. Samuel Clemens, better known as Mark Twain, wrote an essay titled, "What is Man?" In this somber appraisal of the human condition, Mark Twain observed that our human species is very complex. We know the difference between right and wrong. Too often, we choose to do wrong. We are too easily seduced by the trappings of great power. In the 8th chapter of 1 Samuel, the elders asked Israel to be ruled by a king as were the other nations. Samuel prayed for guidance, and the Lord said, "Listen to the people. They have not rejected you, they have rejected me." Then the Lord recounted the many evils a king can inflict on his subjects. Kings do whatever it takes to hold on to power, which makes them capable of committing great evil. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. preached a sermon stating that one of the most important matters facing any generation is the struggle between tyranny and democracy. The question for all generations is whether we are condemned to be mere cogs in some other person's machinery of control, or whether we are to be free and creative people living in harmony with one another under the rule of law. This question is important today as it was in 1954. The human species are a complex and confusing lot, driven by our wants and needs, but knowing the difference between good and evil. The good news is that we are not in this alone. The Holy Spirit can be our guide.